Alright guys, so as typical, the YouTube gods have given me wind, they've just given me rain, and now we've got probably some sunshine appearing any second now. So typical every time. So wheels now. So new nozzle assembly. You're going to see the new in development, well, new in testing, rubberized tire brush from the US, which is nice. You're going to see obviously the wheel, the new wash mitts, sorry, new products being used all over the place on this kind of series. So again, wheels, I'm going to absolutely hammer these. So again, Yum wheels, undress, and our also new wheel foam. So yeah, it should be quite fun. I totally forgot about the wheel foams. So this is our version 47,882. This is now ready. It will be, depending when the series is out, it's either already live or it's going to be live within a week or two after the series. So it just depends how many videos are prior to this. So yeah, there's the wheel foam. Interesting color spec on it as well. So you guys are going to absolutely love it. So the new nozzle assembly, see here, the integrated. Oh, look at that, instant, unreal. I'm telling you, this wheel cleaner is the best in the world. So the nozzle assembly is now in production as we speak during the time of this video, which is so we're in June now. So we should have it here within, well, it should be ready for release from Switzerland. Apparently 13th of June. After this, obviously depending how much the shipping kind of authorities decide to give us, how much slack from Switzerland. So I'm hoping it's only going to be a couple of days. Obviously it's not too far. And then we should be in business. So this new nozzle assembly, guys, including all the other Swiss fittings, are going to be here very soon. You're going to actually fall in love with them, as I have, and yeah, it's going to be an awesome experience. Look at that wheel foam. Now that's what you call a wheel shampoo, wheel foam, whatever you want to call it. The real thing right here. Well, it's definitely not a wheel shampoo, I know that much, but obviously it's within the same line of kind of products. So this, while we're on the wheel foam topic, this has literally been a beautiful development for us, because I only started to advertise that we're developing something within this kind of family of wheel care, let's say, only when, and this is again me starting to mature as a business owner, as an adult, as somebody who runs social media. In the past, again, and I'm still this way anyway, so nothing has changed, but it's, you know, a few tweaks in my process. But in the past, I used to literally wake up, let's say on a Monday morning, and say, we're developing a wheel foam. Literally without any schematics, without any, that's obviously the product name for me, wheel foam. The lesson where I learned is people used to immediately, like literally 10 minutes after this post or announcement, used to just hound us all the time. And sometimes stuff takes a year, 18 months. So every other week I used to say, it's still in development, still in development. So with this one, there was no pressure. We literally deconstructed it, reconstructed it, added, removed everything that we normally do. And only when we started to actually see how close we were getting at that point, obviously you saw the YouTube videos of me using it. Otherwise, all the other development either happened on the membership platform, and or the stuff that wasn't even on the membership platform happened personally off camera. Which again, this was a big, with this product, very, very nice learning curve for me. And I think from now on, this is just exactly how I'm going to do it. In that case, I'm not giving people false hope, because some products, believe it or not, even when I want to develop it, will either never come to fruition because of a certain kind of liability or a limitation, let's say, that we currently have at the time of there's like a roll shortage, we have to put it on a back burner. And that way, people aren't saying, well, you told me 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago. This time, people have been asking for it for probably, how long have we been using it on YouTube alone? 4 months, 5 months. And even at that point, I think it's just too much time for people to wait. So it was a really nice learning curve for me. And yeah, it's been done in a more, let's say, a mature way. We've had our internal pool of testers, whether it be on social media, private testers. So obviously we've probably gone through, in terms of test material, hundreds of liters of samples that we gave out to people who know exactly what the hell they're talking about. And we said, just use it. Here you go. Here's 20 liters. Off you go. Use it for 6 months, and then come back to me in 6 months and kind of tell me what you think. So this is obviously the new tire brush. I'm still seeing before people start coming in again. I'm telling you, this is a development for me. Before people email me after this video, when's it coming out? I'm still testing it. I'm still seeing whether I like it, what I like about it. I mean, I really like this brush, is basically the answer, but what do I dislike? Is there any points I can kind of work with on the manufacturer, potentially for a V2 brush? Obviously, I'm finding all these parts out first, because I do not want to take on a product at the V1 stage where I know it can't be done to a V2 or V10. So as soon as we have all these answers and seeing how obviously the durability of, because this, as I said, this is rubber. So when you go here, see, I'm touching the concrete, which again, it's meant to be used, and I still haven't actually scuffed it, but it's designed for, there, when I touch the actual edge of the wing, it's designed so you don't kind of do any serious damage if you're in a rush. So it has a blessing and it has a curse. There we go, pulled a ton of contaminants from brakes the size of biscuit plates, but still, as you can see, these wheels do still bleed. I love the fan on this, look at that. Such a true fan. Cannot wait for you guys to get one of these in your hand. Amazing. So I know there's been a ton of interest obviously regards this. They've already seen the wash and chat on the Ferrari. And a few people have seen me using it here at HQ. But yeah, this the people we're dealing with on that are the real deal. And when it comes to the real deal, unfortunately, as much as I wish they wouldn't, but they charge a pretty penny. They flew out twice I'm yet to post that picture yet, actually. And yeah, but they flew out twice, gave us some Swiss chocolates, which was very nice. But yeah, it was nice of them to do that twice as well. So there's, of course, there's a cost involved. There's a cost involved with flights and all that sort of stuff, but it was nice of them to do it. So, but yeah, I would just, like with anything, if you want something class leading, in my opinion, then you have to pay for it. So all of these, believe it or not, even though, as I said, this is where I know I'm happy with these people. So in my traditional fashion, I buy one of everything, and I just make sure, to test it in my own time. And it could take me a month, it could take me a year to even test something like the V2 nozzle assembly. But yeah, it was always invoiced. It was never free, which is what I like. It's the mentality of these people, which again, to some people who might not understand, saying, "Well, you've just placed multiple tens of thousands of pounds worth of orders. Surely they have to give you something for free?" No, absolutely not. And the fact that they didn't, I respect them more for it. Because I look at it from a business point, because I could have just been another clown and said to them, "Well, I want to take on all your stuff. Can you send me one of everything?" Which, by the way, with these guys, one of everything is not 300 quid. It's thousands, multiple thousands of pounds. So imagine if I said, "Yep, thank you very much," and then just said, "Nah, actually, you know what, I'm not interested." And it was all a ploy, which, believe it or not, it happens every single day. There are people out there who use the notion of potential business plans with you to take free stuff. It happens with us every day. We've got distributor inquiries being filled out online every single day, every single week, every single month. And whether it be Ireland or Australia or something like that. And they say, "Well, can you send me one of everything?" We're like, "No." Because one, it's expensive stuff. Two, shipping costs, again, with this whole cost of living crisis that is just skyrocketing everywhere. It costs an absolute fortune to get there. So imagine it might even cost you £500-600 to ship a free parcel to somebody, and they had no intentions of you doing it. You do that to 100 people, it's 50 grand in product, just lost. And obviously the shipping charge and stuff like that. So, like with these guys, they said exactly the same thing to us. They said, "Buy it, try it, and then you get back to us." With us, we say, buy whatever you want, pay full price, pay for the shipping. If you like it, it will be knocked off against your wholesale order. And then at that point, you see who the real players are. And all the jokers usually don't reply to that email. So, a little bit of unintended durability testing on the V2 dress. So you've just seen me. I've hit it with a dedicated tire and rubber cleaner. I've hit it with an extreme pH product, being the wheel foam. I've let it sit for minutes, as you see me talking and kind of cracking on with the wheel face. And on top of that, I've hit it with a mildly aggressive brush, and it's still repelling like crazy. Now, if I was to let these air dry, or dry them obviously with towels and air and stuff like that, you will see that the rubber is literally pristine, fresh. Now, the point I'm trying to get to here is over time with V2 dress, you know, 1 use, 10 uses, 50 uses. That's the whole point. I can even see here where my applicator stopped. You've got flat rubber, and you've got obviously a complete line of just repellency. So again, unintended. I was never going to mention this during the kind of this wheel video, but it just looks good. You know, it looks good. It repels still, even though after you do an abrasive treatment to it. And the point I'm trying to make is, use it after every wash. Wipe it on, wipe it off. Obviously, let it soak in for as long as humanly possible. Overnight is best, of course. But if you need to drive in a couple of hours, like wait right before you go out in your suit and then wipe it down with a towel. You'll look weird, but it works. So yeah, just so you can see, like the camera will not lie. It's just repelling like crazy. As you saw, a little prelim to on the wash and chat, my first and probably last ever wash and chat, hopefully. You know, it depends how the world goes with production kind of life. But as you saw in that wash and chat with the Ferrari, you saw me drop a little bit of a hint that we will be moving, right, from our Mansfield HQ. Now, I always believe, as I've always said on these videos, I am a very strong proponent of the law of attraction. I live that life every day. People laugh at it. The people who understand it will be nodding their head right now. So if you're with me, you know, nod your head behind the screens. But yeah, I believe everything happens for a reason. So obviously, it's a word that has been, or a phrase that has been overused by the wrong people all the time. Everything happens for a reason when they don't actually understand what that term means. But I believe that, you know, I'm not a religious man, but you know, I'm a positive thinker type of guy, and I believe that exactly what is happening right now here, Mansfield HQ, is being a push for us, even though we don't need that push really. But whoever is above us, if there is anyone, aliens or whatever, I think it's a push. If it's the universe telling us, you know, guys, you need to kind of level up. Now, it may be a year too early, if I'm honest. As always, like I always say to people, you know, who start out their businesses, I've proudly coached unofficially, you know, now double-digit new businesses here. I do it for free, and when they come and shop or whatever, then you know I will give advice as and where it's required. But as I say to those people, it's never the right time. And we are almost in that position right now because we are doing some very, very heavy investments into the brand. And I mean, money that sometimes I think, Jesus, it's eye-watering, you know. And we are very lucky that we can do that. But still, when you're investing this much money into product development, stock acquisition, obviously it's not helping the fact that these bloody shipping rates are just going through the roof. So, but still, you know, the point still stands. Where, you know, we are investing in our brand, we're investing in ourselves, and when you need to potentially think of a move, it could be 100 grand, 150 grand that you've got to go and cough up somewhere. For sometimes when you think about it, you don't need to, you know. This place has always been, I've always said this, people know it, that this location, and yes, we have got four premises within this kind of compound. And as you can see, I've got trees behind me. It's it's all right. Life's good. But still, I always knew that this place was our jumping block, because if anybody who wants to stay in the same place for the entirety of your brand lifetime, then you're a fool, and you'll never amass to anything big apart from being another brand that will most likely fail. And I'm not being horrible here, that's just the truth. If you're not trying to innovate yourself and the brand and the way you do things, then you will die. So it's the timing for us is just it all happens at once, as they say. Everything has come. The new car's coming like in 2 months' time or 3 months' time or whatever it is. You've potentially got to move this. We've just laid new Swiss Tracks flooring in there, so it's that new pearl silver, I think. We're just trying it, so it's smooth tracks, pearl silver, I believe. I need to double check. Looks beautiful. We've got this pallet racking going, back wall, side wall, like a U shape. And we've got to move it all. So I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. So we've got to, but as, to get back to the original point, I believe it's happened for a reason. And, me and Kelly have had the interior designer in already. At the time of this video, we're going to sign the lease in around a week's time. So by the time I think you view this video, because I'm kind of ahead of time here, you will see, the videos are ahead of time because, I've got a backlog of videos that I need to get out. So the lease would have been already signed, and the landlord, who was lovely, by the way, obviously wants to get her pennies in. And so we have to pay for this. So this is a bit of a tricky situation. We're going to pay full whack for these 4 units, and then we're going to be paying obviously at our new location, but the new location we can't move into. We're not going to be, we're going to try and operate as closely as we can to the transition line, so there's not kind of like an interruption in business as much as we can. So I've made a decision, I think, with Kelly. I said, look, we're going to pay for people, and I don't care, it's going to cost, and yes, we can do it ourselves, but it's life's about living. You can't take it all to the grave with you, as I say. So if we need to get the professional movers in to move our distribution units, so be it. The mass storage units, just pay them, whatever it is. And then obviously the interior designer hopefully is going to make an absolute amazing job of our new place. And obviously the initial kind of stuff that you're going to see is going to be on the membership platform. So I know a lot of members watch these videos as well, as obviously it's natural. But yeah, like all the members, guys, just stay tuned. I'm going to do a walk around of the new HQ. Beautiful. It's not perfect. Nothing ever is perfect unless we build it, which again, I think that point is coming. Probably sooner than, like I said, in 3 years' time, 5 years' time, I'm probably going to sit here in the new HQ and talk about how it's not the right time, but we're building something. So it's beautiful, it's nice, it's just, the way it's designed, we need to, hence why I've got an interior designer. Can't believe that we had to get a commercial kind of outfitter in, but again, they're the experts, and they're going to really kind of knock out walls, build new walls, all that type of stuff. So I believe everything happens for a reason. And to conclude this point, I believe that somebody up there has said, Nick, Kelly, you've got to move the team, new life, new start. But I will explain, as I said in the Ferrari video as well, there is a very big reason why we're moving this. And before that video hits, obviously your theories can all run through the head, but believe it or not, I don't think anybody will guess why we have to move. So and you'll laugh at it, and I'm still laughing at it, but it's life. Real cleaner, love it. So continuing that topic, I'm sure, there's going to be a lot of questions people are going to ask now. Obviously, all will be answered in due time. So just bear with us. There's going to be a big turnaround. I've been hinting at this on social media. There's a lot of new stuff. Whether it's, I think I did a post about this. When I say there's all these exciting things, it's again move, the new product side, the new development side, where's the business heading to. Again, we're going to have a full turnaround of staff because we're not going to be moving kind of across the road. We're going to be moving, a decent distance to where are people going to want to travel to work. So maybe in our new location, we might have to start a new, well, not might have to, we will 100%. So we had a job application already out, and then we had to actually pull it down because we realized people were applying from this local area, which is not what we want. It's not that we don't want it, it's in fact, we're intelligent people. We know that you're not going to want to travel for work. It would be better if you're kind of local-ish. So there's going to be a huge turnaround everywhere. But I think this year, so 2022, as we close the year out, is going to be a big step kind of for us. I think this is going to be one of those, like one of the most significant years. I know it's the most significant year so far for the brand, even up to now, even without all the new stuff that I'm talking about. Obviously the America connection and all that type of stuff. It's huge for us. And obviously now we're going to obviously blow the lid off the can or the tin even further. So there's going to be a lot of hard work involved, a lot of sleepless nights. But I think this year is going to be one of them that's going to make us. There's going to be a few things added to the collection, removed from the collection, that will see us kind of ready to, like in the building work, you put the foundation in and then the next part of the building process happens like super quick, but then it slows down again, ready for the next foundational step. So that's what kind of I'm trying to say here. It's going to be really fun, really nice. The fun that's not going to happen is, when potentially, I'm not yet kind of sure, but how much of the actual legwork, like we have to do, like the physical work as well, on top of trying to run a brand. It's at that point, I say, oh, it's exciting times now, but when we're in the thick of it, it may be kind of quite difficult. I know the few people that I kind of already know really closely, they've already offered their help. Some people own businesses that we know and say, well, look, you can have our vans for free, we'll help you move. So it's nice. Obviously nothing's ever free, so it will never be free for us, because we also run a business and we realize this. But it's nice that the offer was always made. And the fact that this is meant to be a wheel cleaning video, obviously I'm cleaning wheels, but we're talking deep life stuff, but I love it. So it's good. We've had, again, every day is a learning day for us. We are learning on the fly. We always make this joke. So privately, me and Kelly always say, listen, we have no professional advice. And I mean that not in kind of things that are obvious and how kind of to run a business, but I mean, if you're not sure about something or we're trying to develop something new, we don't have that kind of access to pick up a phone and say, well, how did you do it 20 years ago? So we're just learning, wasting money. Sometimes it's a waste, sometimes it's not, but if it's never a waste, it's more of a learning experience. And yeah, this year is one of those years that I think, Jesus Christ, we went out for a meal yesterday, and it was with Kelly's brother, his son, all that type of stuff, and we haven't been out in years. Obviously, we're hermits, we work, eat, sleep, work, And we were talking, we said it's June. I'm still thinking, like, I filmed a video on this talking about Black Friday. We're talking that we're in June now, and before we know it, we'll be in the next Black Friday, the next New Year's Eve and stuff like that. So time for us is flying. So it was a good sign. The old adage goes, if you're having fun, obviously time flies. So, or time flies when you're having fun, I'm sorry. We're having just that. There's been a lot of heartache, a lot of headache, a lot of smiles. But again, when I get old, I'm gonna look back at everything. You know, when you look back and you look at perspective, I'll never say I didn't do what I want or I didn't get to try this out. Every time I always say, come on, let's do it, let's go. But yes, in terms of the law of attraction, this is where I say everything happens for a reason. I'll be super excited to, of course, first off, share some of the more niche private parts with a membership kind of platform in the area. People I know have been gagging to kind of see, like, this is going to be niche. Walk arounds, again, I am going to film once we're into the build of the place or the build out of the place. Obviously there's going to be another vlog series for the main channel, which this is on, of course, but it's going to be like, yeah, 2 sets of kind of filming requirements for one place, and yeah, going to be a lot of Red Bull. I've already signed up to a subscription, 40 cans a day. It's going to try and get me through it. A lot of coffee. In fact, I am on a coffee subscription with Nespresso, so I do spend a lot of money on coffee. But yeah, I can't wait to show you. Right, wheels being cleaned properly. Triple decon. You got alkaline formulas, fallout formulas flying everywhere. So it's yeah. The wheels, the rubber's prepped. We're now going to move on to the next part of the episode, which is going to be the washing / the decon washing in prep for our chemical and mechanical decon, with obviously, judging how the weather is now, sun, rain, wind, I might do the mechanical or the manual side of the decon inside. So I'll do the chemical here, obviously the actual, the clear block stage inside, just in case. Of course, there's a lot of pollen. We're in midsummer now, there's just stuff flying around everywhere, so I wouldn't want to kind of have stuff landing on the car as I'm doing something quite abrasive on it. And then, yeah, and we're moving to the tens and tens of hours of polishing. But yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next episode.